Guerrero is a state in Mexico located on the Pacific coast. This state has both a culinary and cultural diversity, as well as it has a very rich flora and fauna and some beautiful touristic places.
In the state of Guerrero, diverse ethnic groups coexist in an important way, whose linguistic and cultural expressions have given the region a very special image. Mixtecos, Nahuas, Arnazugos, and Tlapanecos share the land with a significant number of mestizos and other groups of African descent dotted with mestizo elements. This, the rare mosaic of the municipalities, must be added to the more than 20 different languages spread over the 7 regions that are the mountain, the north, the center, Acapulco, the Costa Chica, the Costa Grande, and Tierra Caliente. Diversity only makes it clear that indigenous cultural expression in the state manifests this difference in the different forms of expression. Many of them have the same meaning, since they come more or less from the same roots, and their deep religious content is undeniable. This we can perhaps highlight among the most important festivities, that of Easter in the city of Taxco, a painful show performed with the assistance of characters who are part of brotherhoods, and brotherhoods to self-flagellate and feel the pain of Master in his passion and death.
Festivities. How small diverse has its ethnic groups, Guerrero has lots of festivities that happen in different parts of this beautiful state. Acapulco, December 12th. Feast of the Virgin of Guadalupe procession and flower war are held. Altamirano City, August 15th. Feast of the Assumption of the Virgin, December 12th. Feast of the Virgin of Guadalupe, celebration with procession and dance of Pastora, Moros, and Tecuanes. Atoyac de Juarez, November 1 and 2. Celebration and vigil at the cemetery. December 12, procession and dance of Pastora. Chilpancingo, May 15. Feast of San Isidro, June 13. Feast of San Antonio in the neighborhood of the same name with music and fireworks.
These and many others are the festivals that take place in Guerrero, as well as different fairs that take place throughout the year, such as the Decembrina fairs among others.
The gastronomy of these states hides recipes jealously guarded by housewives from generation to generation. The regional cuisine proposes a culinary diversity that crosses the towns, communities, and ranges. Here we present you the most characteristic dishes and above all, the most delicious. First, the pozole guerrerense, which can be found in its different variants such as red, white, and green. It is usually served in clay dishes with beef or pork, and is traditional in the Chilapa region. There is also the native variant in the indigenous festivals called el pozole, which carries fresh corn grains, chicken, pork rind, zucchini, green beans, guajillo chili, garlic, onion, and fresh epazote. The pulpo enamorado is another very characteristic guerrero dish. It is as classic as Frank Sinatra was in the golden age of the beaches of Acapulco. And who did the octopus fall in love with? From the sun, the sea, the magic. Maybe that's why it tastes so good, so tender. This dish is made with boiled octopus that is later served with onion, garlic, coriander, and chopped green chili. It is mixed with mayonnaise and a bit of chipotle chili, and we are ready to delight ourselves with this dish along with some omelets or some good and crispy toast. The cumiles are traditional from Taxco. These peculiar insects are often current in the markets between the months of November and February. The tradition of consuming these small bedbugs comes from pre-Hispanic times. These little friends can be eaten alive, trying to save their lives by escaping from the tortillistic prison that surrounds them, but it is usually more popular to eat them in sauces. And of course, we have a drink called chilate that is prepared with cocoa, rice, cinnamon, and brown sugar.
The traditional Guerrerense dance that are interpreted with reed flutes, drums, chirimia, and violin, especially in the high mountain area and in Tixla communities. Among them stand out the dance of the Tlacololeros, one of the oldest and most representative of the state. It depicts the efforts of the bison to keep his crops safe from the tiger that threatens to eat them. To scare it away, the Tlacololeros use a bow with a chain known as chirium. Its song is also considered a call to rain for a good harvest. The dance of the devils, starring Lucifer, his minions, and grotesque Minga or mother of all devils who interact with viewers. In this dance of colonial origin, the dancer wear wonder of cardboard was with their horns and long horse hair. They dance to the rhythm of a flute or harmonica, a charrasca, or jaw of a donkey, a tigrera, a king of drum, whose leather is connected to a wax stick that is rowed with the hand to produce a guttural sound. They also have the Las Amarillas dance, which comes from the state of Guerrero and is part of the traditional festivities of the town's patron saint. In the fandangos of Trixla, weddings, and birthdays, this beautiful dance is seasoned with the happy and colorful songs fulfill the task of putting the main elements for the party and excitement.
The typical costumes of Guerrero represents the cultural wealth inherited from its pre-Hispanic times in harmonious fusion with the customs of the colonizing people. Guerrero is a privileged Mexican state and recognized by the many regional and local cultures as well as by its large indigenous population. Since 1942, it was divided into 8 geocultural regions: Acapulco, Costa Chica, Centro, Costa Grande, Tierra Caliente, La Montaña, and Norte. Each region has its own costumes. There is the Acatecan costume, there is from Center, the regional costume of San Jerónimo de Palantla, the typical costume of the coast from Costa Chica, Costa Grande, and Acapulco, the Ajuchitlán del Progreso costume from Tierra Caliente, the Alpoyeca costume from the mountain, and the Copalillo from the north.
The son is one of the richest and most versatile musical genres, with an astonishing stylistic and thematic variety, as well as a rhythmic and instrumentation differences. We find in the coastal strip of the South Pacific, specifically in the Costa Chica region of Guerrero and Oaxaca. The instrumentation includes jarana, vihuela, harp, and a wooden box that is called boxo de tapeo or cajón de tamboreo. La chilena is a really different musical expression. It begins with a rhythmic rhythm, then regional songs are sung. Then the rhythm accelerates as the leading man tries to catch up with the lady, who sneaks away with slight steps while waving a handkerchief. The typical chilena instrumentation is made of harp, violin, jarana, paso six, and requinto.
Hi again, I'm going to talk about flora and fauna. Flora. Coniferous and oak forests predominate in the upper parts of the Sierra Madre del Sur. There are forests in the Balsas Depression and on the Pacific Slope. There are grasslands, mangroves, coastal dunes, and different types of aquatic vegetation distributed along the coastal strip and inland slope, as well as medium forest, mountain forests in the most humid parts. Agricultural areas cover 21% of the state's surface. Fauna. In the Balsas Basin, free squirrel, tropical porcupine, gray fox, badger, and white-tailed deer. In the grasslands, hare, thrush, eagle, raccoon, wheelbark, and gila lizard. In the mangrove swamp, armadillo, martucha, ounce, and birds. In aquatic environments, iguana, turtle, dogfish, tuna, salt, and smooth, animals in danger of extinction. The colotito, jaguar, ocelote, and tipir, and tigrillo.
Touristic display. The state of Guerrero has more than 500 kilometers of beautiful beaches with golden sands that offer a great variety in the surf and a very pleasant temperature to enjoy water sports. The most recommended place to enjoy a great state and comfort are Acapulco, Taxco, Zihuatanejo, Chilpancingo, Iguala, Las Granadas,